Let's take a look at Polkadot. Last time we looked at DOT was on November the 24th. Here is a recap. And right now, Polkadot is officially broke down and dropped below this upward channel. Currently, Polkadot is trading at around 38.75, which looks like it may find support at this prior high. If we draw this trend line, you can see Polkadot had very much been stabilizing around this range. Normally, when I see very strong support, then there is a possible indications that this could be the bottom for this retracement, and Polkadot would likely begin to trend upward. However, right now the 10 days moving average dropped below the white line, which is the 50 days. And this is a very bearish signal. Another thing to observe is, let me zoom in. After Polkadot dropped below this 10 days moving average, since then, it has not been able to reclaim the 10 day, continue to trail the 10 days, and then drop below the white line, which is the 50 days. Then about 4 days ago, we saw this spike up where Polkadot briefly crossed over both the 10 day and then the 50 day, but then it get rejected right away and closed the day below the 10 days as well as the 50 days. And for the past 3 days, every time when the price run up, the minute it tested this red line, the 10 days moving average, it get rejected, rejected. So this is an indication that there is a very high probability that the price could break down from this support. And if that is the case, then we're looking at the potential for Polkadot break down and retest this trend line, which is the top of this cup and handle. But Polkadot is a great project. Retracement is just a great opportunity to accumulate more. My target to accumulate Polkadot is at $35. So I will wait to see whether or not the price retraces to my target price and begin to accumulate at that price range. Fast forward, this is the daily chart for DOT, and the data I have is to 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on November the 30th. Last time we looked at Polkadot was on November the 24th. At that point in time, the price was very much struggling. Every time when it tests the 10 days moving average, which is this red line, it gets rejected. So at that point in time, I was afraid that the price would continue to trend lower and would likely drift even lower and retest the top of the cup. And that's precisely what happened. The price continued to trend lower. And then about 3 days ago, it dropped all the way down and retest the top of the cup at around 32.2 cents. Found support, bounce up, and since then, it seems like buyers are stepping in and they are very much taking control. The price continued to trend higher for the past couple of days. Polkadot was trending down following this downward channel. And with the price trending up today, looks like Polkadot is trying to cross over the resistance of this downward channel as well as regain this red line, which is the 10 days moving average. So it's very encouraging. If Polkadot can close today over the 10 days moving average, the target would be right at around 38.5. If Polkadot can close over 38.5 and stabilize over that, then this would likely be the bottom for this retracement. Let's take a look at Polkadot on this 4-hour chart. Polkadot was running up. Very nice little bull run following this upward channel. Ran all the way up to over 56, established this all-time high. Then after that, the price started to retrace. Bounce up. The minute it's very close to testing the all-time high, it get rejected. So this was really the first signal to indicate that the current uptrend is very much near the end. And then after that, we saw the price retrace, bounce up, but the minute it get close to this prior high, it get rejected. So Polkadot was forming all of this higher low. And then finally, the price broke down, dropped below the support of this upward channel, found support at around 43, bounce up, try to run up and re-enter this channel, but then get rejected. So the second time when the price broke down and dropped below the support of this upward channel, it's pretty much confirmed that this uptrend is very much over, and Polkadot was about to enter this downward trend. And that's exactly what happened. The price tried to stabilize, but the minute it get near the resistance of this new downward channel, it get rejected. Drop all the way and test the support of the downward channel at around 38.22. Bounce up, but could not get over the resistance at 43. Continue this kind of like sideways, but the minute it bounce up and test the resistance of this downward channel, it get rejected. Then the price broke down, and then Bitcoin crashed. That caused a big dip in the price of Polkadot. It finally dropped all the way down to 32.06, where it finds support at this prior low and started this reversal in price that we are seeing right now. What's really encouraging about this reversal in price is we see that the volume pick up and the momentum is pushing the price to cross over the resistance of this downward channel. That, as you can see, every time when Polkadot attempt to test, it get rejected. So far, this is the first time that it was able to trade outside of this downward channel. Also, looking at how the price have behaved the past week, we saw Polkadot retrace, found support, bounce up, retrace, found support, bounce up, retrace, found support, and now it is bouncing up. So what we see here is essentially Polkadot was forming this inverted head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is the right shoulder, and the neckline is trending upwards. So this is a very bullish inverted head and shoulder. By breaking out and crossing over the resistance of this downward channel, Polkadot is pretty much confirmed the breakout of this little inverted head and shoulder. So technically, by breaking out of this, it should take the price up to about 42.5. And at 42.5, Polkadot would be trading above this 10 days moving average. So as long as Bitcoin stabilizes, I expect this to be the bottom, and that Polkadot would likely trend upward in the near term. So in the short term, I expect the uptrend to continue. But there's always that possibility that Polkadot could retest this right shoulder at around the 35.5. I do expect the price to find support, bounce up, and the near-term resistances are at around 41 and then 43 and 11. In the event Bitcoin continue to retrace, then it's unlikely that the 35.40, which is the right neckline, can hold support. If the price were to break down, then we're looking at support at 33.50 and then 32.06. Let's take a look at Polkadot on this daily chart so that we can figure out what Polkadot would likely do in the long term. Polkadot was trending up, then it retraced. Now we see that the minute it tested the top of this cup, it found support, and now look like Polkadot is attempting to trade over this 10 days moving average. That is a very good sign. If Polkadot can close today at or above the 10 days moving average, which is right at around 38.50, stabilize over 38.50, that would very much confirm that this is the bottom, and Polkadot is very much done with this retracement. It would likely be in the consolidation phase. Next thing Polkadot would do is to retest the 50 days moving average, cross over that and stabilize over that at 44.20. Then we are pretty much looking at Polkadot running up as part of the next bull run. That would eventually take it to my target price of $68. Volume starting to pick up today. That is a good sign. For the past few days, Polkadot was very much in this oversold territory. Buyers step in, they push the price up, and now the blue signal line is leading the red line, and the gap is getting wider. So that is a very good sign. But again, the key is as long as the 10 days is trailing the 50 days, we always run into the possibility for the price to break down. So what we need is for Polkadot to cross over this 50 days moving average. That would allow the 10 days to reverse direction and then eventually cross over and lead the 50-day. And that would be the first signal for this new bull run that eventually take it to 68 bucks. If you watched the video I uploaded about 8 weeks ago, I was referring to the best price level to accumulate was when Polkadot dropped below 35 bucks, and then for 3 straight days Polkadot was trading below $35. Now the price have changed and we have this reversal in price. So in terms of accumulations, I would prefer until Polkadot stabilize over the 10 days moving average. So the minute it stabilizes over the 10 days, I would likely continue to accumulate until the price reach a max of $42. That's it for this video, and don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe, and make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at VidMaxim, because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.